She's so on the top, like near the top of my list.
The ultimate floater.
She's such a floater. She can't be out here. She can't even be out here right now. Okay, so did you guys think about this?
Hmm.
Dr. Will, that he is, has got some ultimate game going down that's actually working. He sucked me into their alliance in time to get me to leave the house, and yet him and Boogie still stay in here. I bet he's got this whole diary room bit about. I bet him and Boogie have had plans laid out for a long time going over this on how Dr. Will's going to come out in. He's going to act like he wants to leave. He's going to say he's got to leave before sequester. He's going to say he didn't know about sequester. He's just said and done things that they sucked me into their alliance. I'm not sure. Maybe you know if this is true or not. Him and Boogie go upstairs, talk to James, throw me under the bus as like their main, like you said, knight in their alliance. It was going to be them, and yet I leave. Yet those two stay in the house, and they have matching T-shirts. Alliance,
Right.
but yet I get involved enough to where I'm the one that's voted out, and yet they both remain. I don't. Dr. Will has pulled out some brilliant stuff here that I was kind of hashing with Danielle. Have you talked with Danielle?
Oh yeah.
I was hashing out with Danielle and Diane, and they think that. I mean, you have to talk with Danielle yourself, but they were like thinking that Dr. Will, this is all part of his like master plan that he's like heckling us in the diary room. It's like,
This is the problem. I can't figure out whether or not this is he truly wants to leave, or this is just one big joke to him.
I think it's one big. He's good at it, and he's done it from the beginning. If he really wants to leave, why is now Dr. Will watch this? Dr. Will never campaign for himself. Dr. Will tell you, Kaysar, vote me out. I want to leave. Watch Boogie does the work now. I've noticed Boogie's been up in the HOH room a few times now. He was just up there again knocking on the door. I used to hang out at the pool with Will and Boogie. They've kind of shunned me since this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed Boogie, he was up in the HOH room when I went up there earlier to talk to James, and he's actually up there right now. And he knocked on the door, and I looked up there, and he looked at me, and then hey, can I listen to the music? And then he's still up there, staying in there. Dr. Will, meanwhile, separates, lays low, says, no, vote me out. I don't care to be here. I'll go out next week whenever. But yet Boogie's making sure that the votes are there for him to stay. Meanwhile, throw Jace, the guy under the bus that, yeah, sure, Jace, you're with us in our alliance. We don't have a matching T-shirt for you, but yeah, you're with us. Tell James, yeah, we'll give you then put up Jace because Jace is going to come after you guys. I'm thinking maybe that's the way it all went down. Meanwhile, Dr. Will in the diary room, laughing and heckling all of us, saying I was nominated on the block. Whatever, Chicken George, when Chicken George to go. Jace gets on the block. We convince everybody that Jace is running Chilltown. Jace gets kicked out, and me and Boogie are still here. And he's like, it's just this big laugh for him. That's just what I've been processing in my mind because I've noticed how they've shunned me. Like, I've noticed a difference in Boogie towards me since this has happened. They wanted me close to them, close to them, close to them. I go up on the block next to Will, and now they've pulled away. And James and Boogie, which he never would have done yesterday, because he was always talking bad about you guys and everything. Now he's up in the weight room.
Right.
It's just the picture is starting to get clearer for me.
Well, it's like there's a bunch of people up there, and I was just on the floor, like kind of napping. But it's like, hey, party in here, can I join? It was that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Trying to like, rub elbows and stuff.
Hmm.
But I know what you're saying. Uh, in all honesty, they did not say specifically go after Jace. They did say that their allegiance is to themselves first. They did also say that you were a part of them, which kind of indirectly put a target on you.
And if I was involved with them, don't you think I would have been in the meeting with them too?
True.
Here's where I feel like I got outplayed. Dr. Willem Boogie comes to me with this Marcellus idea.
That's where you got the idea from?
Yes. They're coming to me and they're like, Jace, we got this idea about putting Marcellus up because Marcellus is a
Let me ask you
floater.
this, just out of curiosity. Because this is what my theory was. Since you brought it up. I got a feeling they came up with the Marcellus idea, pitched it to you. You then decided to call out getting out of it at dinner time. And this last sort of hope, this last effort to swing things.
Exactly.
Fucking guys. You know,
Did they do that? I mean, is that because here's what happened.
they knew,
I'm,
dude.
I'm
They,
at the,
they counted the votes. They knew it was a sinking ship, and they put you up to it. That's why that was
up until tell me this. Up until that point, was Boogie going up against Will, or no? Was it still me?
up until that point. We were thinking about taking that offer that was put on the table yesterday,
Which was
going after the floaters,
the what? Which was?
which was taking the deal and saying, okay, you're cool, Boogie's cool, Will's cool. We're gonna go after the floaters. But then we're like, holy shit! I sat there and I was like, this whole fucking thing is staged. Came up with a plan. They staged that whole dinner thing. Will knows exactly what he's doing. He's trying to set up Boogie for weeks to come. And if it means throwing Jace under the bus, then so be it.
Yeah, the whole thing was planned. You're right.
And I knew it was planned, and that's why I told you, I was like, it's not about you. I cannot trust the other two. They staged the whole thing, and I know.
See, I got involved. Like they had this plan. They had talked to you guys. Then they came and talked to me, and they're like, Jace, we got to put Marcellus out there. We got to get the floaters out of the house. Blah blah blah. I'm all about. They know my integrity with the game. They know how I feel about floaters. I would into that.
Why do you think they called out Marcellus? Their game. They play this game of chaos and disarray. Go after Marcellus because he's the most outspoken. He's going to cry the most. He's going to cause others to then cry just as much, and just send the whole house in turmoil. They thrive that way. All coming from a mile away.
Exactly.
That's
Therefore, and then last night I was just gonna go to bed after all of it. Meanwhile, they have the conversations with you guys and you all. I was going to bed, and then Will's like, "You need to talk to them about this." He's like, "Let's get Kaysar in here." And then so then I make myself like I'm part of Chilltown because I'm in agreement and compliance with the voting out Marcellus thing because they got me on my weak spot, which is floaters. So I was all about
exactly.
a floater of the house, and I'm like, yeah, we have the votes, which to me that made sense. However, I sell that to you guys. They don't care if you guys hash that around or not. They put it on to me.
Right. Well, they pitched it to you, so now you're passionate about it.
Yeah, so then I'm pitching it to you guys, and they're like, get Kaysar in here, and then we got James in there, and then whatever, and then I'm the one pitching this. A great idea because I don't want floaters in the house. And then,
Of course, because it's a logical thing. But
but yet
that's how you sell it. It's like you putting sugar on poison and be like, here, it tastes good.